And good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jeff Whipple, and this is another Tech20 Tuesday. Thank you all for joining in our series on AI in education, artificial intelligence. And we know it's not just changing education, it's changing the whole world and how we live, work, and play. And so today, we really wanted to delve into Canva. Canva, for those of you who aren't familiar, is now is always been available for teachers, but now there's some brand new stuff in there, and I've invited my colleague and friend Lindsay McLean along, and so Lindsay is going to guide us through what is new in Canva and how, as teachers, we can use it, and our students as well. Lindsay.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen here. And we will take a look in Canva. So chances are you've dabbled a little bit in here. So one of the biggest new changes that has just come about in the past couple weeks is that you can now use single sign-on for Canva, which means you use your NBEd email and password. You don't need to get verified as a teacher. You'll automatically put in the ASD-W team, which you can see right here. And then you and your students, should you choose to create a class, automatically have access to all of the pro features. So you don't have to be limited to just what's free for everyone in Canva, and you won't get any images with watermarks or anything like that. Everything should be available to you. So apart from all of your regular things that you can do in Canva, they've launched this Magic Studio, which you see on the side here. And there are all kinds of AI features in there for you. So I thought I'd just walk you through a quick little project that will highlight some of those features. So we'll just go to projects. I've just created a blank 8.5 by 11 document here. Worth noting, I found it's a little bit finicky. If you go to create a when it says create a design, if you hit a whiteboard or just a default doc, some of the features aren't available. I don't know why. So I've just gone in and created just a blank document here. I'm going to go into uploads, and on the side, I just earlier grabbed a picture. This is from one of my son's favorite books, The Gruffalo. I'm sure that's familiar to all of you. So we're just going to plug that in and stretch it, and then I'm going to go to edit photo. And one of the first things I want to do is crop it to clean up along the sides there. And you'll see you have access to Smart Crop here, which will tidy it up a little bit, and then you can just go in by hand and trim a little bit more if you need to. So I'm just hitting enter. I'll go in and resize that right away. Now I'm going to make sure that my photo is selected. I'm going to go back into edit photo. I've got all of these Magic Studio features here, and the first one I'm going to try out is called Grab Text. What this should do, if it works properly, is actually lift the text up off that image so that I can change it. So all of these AI or magic tools usually take just a second. We'll see how this works. And look at that, it's grabbed the title, it's matched the text and the color, and so now I can change that to whatever I want. So instead of the Gruffalo, let's just say the kiddo. So this could be a project in your class, that could say absolutely anything. If you want, I can, again, this has lifted up the author's names, I could change that. You could put your own name, or we could say, have you ever caught, or have you ever seen the kiddo? I'll put a question mark there. So just like that, we've got a very Gruffalo style looking image, but we've customized it for our own purposes. Again, going to make sure I'm always selecting that image so that my edit photo menu is there. Hit on that again. And then we are going to do Magic Edit. Actually, I'm just going to move this text over first, and I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see we've got that little butterfly there. If I say Magic Edit. It's going to tell me to brush over that image. So there's my original image. I can change my brush size however I want. And I'm just going to select, you'll see it highlights it in purple. I'll say continue. And then I'm just going to describe what I want to change. So let's say change or make the butterfly green. So generate. Again, it's just going to take a moment. And then here you can see it's setting up. It's going to give me some options. They'll probably all be quite similar in this case. But look at that, the no selecting, no trying to isolate that. I just brush over it, pick the one I want, and say done. And now my butterfly is green. Just that easy. Let's look at the mouse. So I'm going to edit again. I will say magic edit one more time. I'm going to brush over the mouse. You don't have to be too precise. You can do quite a rough selection. Continue, and then I'll say change the mouse to a hedgehog, for example. Let's see what happens. One thing I like is that it always gives you a couple of choices. And look at that. So not so great, the first one. That's still quite mouse-like. I don't really want two hedgehogs, but those two look pretty clear. So I could just click on that. And just like that, I've got hedgehogs instead of mice. I'm going to go back. I don't really like that. So I'm going to say cancel. And this time, I want to remove that mouse altogether. So I'm going to say edit photo, and this time I'll choose the magic eraser. Again, I can adjust my brush size, I can zoom in as needed, and I'm just going to brush over that mouse. And you can see it spinning, that means it's working. And what it should do is take him right out of there and keep the background, replace the background with AI. And so that you can barely tell it was even there, which is super cool. Zoom out again. I'm going to recenter. I can obviously resize this text as much as I want. And then let's put something else in there again. So here I've just uploaded, this is a picture of my little guy. He's at the door of his daycare there, but we want to take all of that background out. So now I'm working on a new photo. You can see the outline is around the picture of my son. I'm going to say edit photo, and this time I'll choose background remover. And what that should do is just like that, it's almost like magic, isn't it? Takes the background right out of there. And then I can place him right on the image. So it looks like it was almost drawn that way. I can flip it if I want. And there it is. Let's say I want to now add some text to this image. So I can go to elements. I'm just going to choose a rectangle graphic so that my text stands out a little bit more. I'm going to say text. I'll pick subheading just because of the size. And let's go in there and we'll say a Gruffalo and make an affordable, low maintenance pet for families. I don't know, you could say anything. Now, if I click on that, you can see this magic write. So what that's going to do is give me the option, and using AI, it's going to rewrite that text. And I have a couple of choices. I'm going to say make it more fun. So just click on that. It's going to only think for a second, and then look at that. It's rewritten. How about having a Gruffalo as your budget-friendly, fuss-free family pet? So if you or your students are just having a bit of a brain block and want to reword something but can't get started, that's going to help you. Some more options. I can make it more formal. So there we go again. How about considering a Gruffalo as an economical and low-maintenance family pet option? Or you can sprinkle fairy dust, which is just kind of a fun, it makes it, uses some big words. How about contemplating the Gruffalo as a thrifty and undemanding addition to your family? So you can see just how quickly I've created that little project, and how fun would it be for your students to place themselves inside of their favorite book. So a lot of fun. Why did that take me? Not even 10 minutes. So it just really shows what you can do. Let's try one more. I'm going to go back to File, create a new design. I will say I like to use the custom size and do 8.5 by 11, just so that I know if this were something that I were printing out, it would be the perfect size. Oh, there it is there, custom size. Change that to inches. By 11, create a new design. So Canva will also generate images for you as well. So under apps, mine's bookmarked, it's called Magic Media. And I know Jeff has shown this before, but let's just say I want to make fishbowl with a goldfish in it on a shelf in a child's bedroom. You can go in and choose your style if you want. Let's pick Filmic and see what it comes up with for us. Look at that. So I was quite specific there, and I think it did a pretty good job. So let's go in. I think I like this one. And again, I'm going to say edit photo. Magic expand. I can say I want that to fill the whole page. For some reason, I find it hasn't been grabbing the whole page, but it's still going to make it bigger. This works better on some images than others, but it should fill in the blank, so to speak, and kind of expand that wall behind the fishbowl. We'll see how it does. I think that's pretty good. I'll choose that one. And I can grab that. Let's say I want some more room. Let's say I'm going to grab the fishbowl. I want it to be a little bit bigger. So again, make sure your image is selected, say edit photo, and this time I'm going to say magic grab. What it should do, if it is cooperating, is pull out the main subject from your image. So in this case, it's the fishbowl, and look at that. It's grabbed it. Now I can resize that and make it more prominent on the shelf. So I'm not changing the background, but I've grabbed that subject out of there. And it's just so quick and so easy. Let's say I don't want two fish in there. I just want the one. I'm going to say edit photo, magic eraser. Again, like I showed you with the Gruffalo, we're just going to select that one fish and it should take it right out of there. Back down on my photos. Now I only have the one. You can see there's a little bit of ghosting there. I could go in and tidy that up. Back into edit photo. I'm going to say, let's go magic edit. And we're going to add something. So I want to add something on the wall right here. I don't find the image generation is great with text. So something like add a sign that said, don't forget to feed the fish. I would just go in and do that manually. But let's try to add a clock on the wall, for example, and we'll see what happens. So add a clock. Give me some choices and put it right in there where I've selected. A couple of choices. You can see they're not great. I find that one fits the best. So if I were to choose that, it's given me 2. But then, of course, again, I can just go in, edit my photo, say magic erase, and then I'll take one of them out. This is a great tool if you're creating visual schedules for your students and you have specific things that you want them to do that aren't things you generally find in clip art. You can go in and create your own. So it is excellent for that. Let's resize that. And there we have it. If I wanted to add some text, just again, one more time, I could go text, add a subheading. It is important not to overfeed your fish, or you might get a bad surprise. Let's see again if we want to go into Magic Write, make that more fun. We'll see what it says. Don't go overboard with fish food unless you're up for a fishy fiasco. So just like that, we've created, look, in under 20 minutes, 2 very sleek, kind of, I would say, professional looking projects with the help of AI. So certainly, if you, as always, need any support using Canva with your students or for your own purposes as a teacher, then reach out to one of our team.
There we go. Now I'm looking for my microphone. Lindsay, that was amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to share with us. Canva is really just exploding for teachers and for educators. And the neat thing about it is that, as you said, it's single sign-on now. So you as a teacher and students as well have access to the pro version of Canva, and they can go on and create all this stuff. It's fully accessible. And once they create stuff, they can download it. I was even playing around with creating videos. And so just like you can create pictures, you can actually put in a description and it will create a video as well. So, but thank you, Lindsay, for your time today. And thank you for everybody joining us here on Tech20 Tuesday for another week. And hopefully we will see you again in 2 weeks' time.